There is no denying that the USA and France, two of the world's superpowers, are having it tough in their relationship with Africa, a continent in which their respective presence have become increasingly unwelcomed. The United States military's presence is reducing on the continent, as shown by the departure of its troops from Chad and the Niger. France is also in the bad books of many of its former colonies, as shown by their eviction from countries like Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Over the past week, there have been rumors that these nations are planning to set their base in Nigeria. Well, the government has come out to debunk such news, but we still want to look at the implications if it were to happen. So stay with us as we dive deeper. The big question here is, why Nigeria? This is not the first time a proposition has been made to set up a military base in Nigeria. During Nigeria's independence, the British made an attempt to set up a military base in Nigeria, but there was uproar and resistance, including the students from University of Ibadan, who staged a protest until the project was finally killed. So this is not the first time that we are seeing such in Nigeria, if it's true. The US and France are desperate to move their troops to other parts of the continent because they are not wanted in the Sahel region. And multiple reports suggest that the US and France are putting a lot of pressure on the Nigerian government to allow them relocate their military base there. This information was made known through a letter dated on May 3rd, 2024, written by the northern leaders of Nigeria and addressed to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the leadership of the National Assembly. The letter claims that the US and France have been aggressively pressuring the Nigerian government and other Gulf of the Guinea countries to sign new defense treaties that would allow them to redeploy their troops from Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, who have been expelled and in dire need of new bases in other African nations. There are concerns that Nigeria, the most well-positioned country in the Gulf of the Guinea, may cave in to these pressures, which may jeopardize its defense and security. Also, many believe that President Tinubu has been a puppet in the hands of the West, with recent happenings between ECOWAS and some of its member states, or ex-member states, proving them right. Now, a lot of critics have given reasons why Nigeria should not agree to host any American or French troops. They say that hosting these bases might actually worsen Nigeria's ongoing fight against insurgency, since the fundamental goal of these military bases to combat terrorism in the Sahel has not succeeded ever since the bases were established in those African nations. It is important to make it clear that such military bases may only bring danger and no benefits. For example, the US operation in the Republic of Niger were designed to remove terrorists from the Sahel region, but the result so far has been unimpressive, if not a complete failure. This goes to show that the presence of the US troop and others in the Republic of Niger did not really benefit the country at all. Rather, it seemed to have made things worse than they were before. Some say the economic consequences will be dire. They say that the presence of these bases might actually divert government funds and resources away from critical areas such as education, healthcare, and infrastructure development toward maintaining and securing these military installations. And this would most likely affect economic growth and exacerbate poverty in a country where the citizens struggle every day to have a good meal. Now, here are more reasons why Nigeria should not host these bases. Nigeria will be setting itself up for battle with Russia, which now has a military base in Niger Republic, following the expulsion of the American and the French troops by the junta. Besides, within Nigeria itself, there is a high level of terrorism in the northeast, northwest, north central, and even other parts of the country. And so it should channel its energy into national threats, rather than buying into a fight that may do more harm than good. Also, Nigeria has had a difficult relationship recently with its neighbors, Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger. Nigeria also has a traditional foreign policy position since 1962 that has it being non-aligned. So Nigeria has neither been for the West nor the East. They ally with all parties when the need arises. But the moment a foreign military base is established, it ceases to be non-aligned. They are directly with one camp and setting themselves up for a battle with the 1,600-kilometer border of Niger Republic and the Russian troops. So fellas, what do you think about this? Until next time.